right here, Aaliyah Chavez. We will go straight to questions.
Just to start, what did you see from Aaliyah, especially in that overtime period, after she sort of struggled shooting early in the game and then sort of just took over in that period?
Yeah. Well, I saw a team today. That's the team that, again, I don't even care about. I do, obviously, like winning a game like this is huge, and with the crowd was huge. But I saw us back and our energy back, and sometimes the outcomes take care of themselves when you have that. So that's how we feel right now. And so I thought Aaliyah, especially in that overtime, I thought she was just like, okay, let's go. Not, I got to do anything, or I need to make sure I'm doing this. She got the ball where it needed to go, but then she just played. And the joy she played with and the energy she played with, but she had the same energy for her team the whole game. Mm-hmm. So there was a difference, I think, in us today that really allowed her to do that. And I think everybody on her team knows that's in her, knows it'll come out, and has just an incredible belief in the person that she is.
Mm-hmm.
Jennie, talk about, the final 2 minutes. Your team doesn't handle that right, but they get it back together, and they play so great.
Thank God, right?
Overtime. So whatever went on in that timeout, whatever, I don't know, but talk about that particular sequence there.
Well, and that's why we try to play those live, because sometimes you don't, and probably we could have called timeouts. We could have seen things, but we had the right ideas. We just got a little tight and a little hesitant, and they were too good. They're going to capitalize on that, and they always do, and they always will, and they did. But I think between that and then having to get a stop and then getting the stop, and it wasn't a timeout. We were just asked about this on the radio, too. It wasn't a timeout that was like, okay, let's go now. We got, it was more of, okay, let's go. You got your next time. I don't even think we brought up overtime. I don't think we said anything else. I think we just went right to what we needed to be able to do. And I thought we did a better job of that tonight, was just moving on to the next thing and not carrying something with us from one thing to the next. So I think we were just used to doing that, and so it didn't seem too big.
Aaliyah, how did you go from, you didn't shoot all that great in regulation. How did you maintain that confidence? 4 for 14 in regulation, 5 for 5 in overtime, and just come out firing?
No, yeah, I mean, it was big on my teammates. They kept on telling me to keep on shooting. Sahara and Raegan, both of them, they were like, that's a great shot. I'll take that shot a million times with you. So just knowing that they trust me on taking the shots that I was taking, it just brought my confidence up.
We talked a lot about just you and Zaya getting adjusted to the physicality of this league. What do you think has kind of clicked for you in this game as opposed to maybe some of these other ones as you get going in SEC play?
No, yeah, I mean, today was a physical game, obviously, in the first, the whole game, but for me, it was more of the first half. But you can see, like, I wasn't forcing any shots. I was trying to make sure that it was the best play for Oklahoma. Like, that's what I was making sure. And if that was getting the ball to Raegan every time, then it was getting the ball to Raegan. And I know, like, definitely in the first half, Zaya was going off, so I was like, I trust Zaya to shoot that shot every time.
Raegan, they have so many bigs to throw at you. But you in Brooklyn actually score more points inside than they do. Talk about battling their bigs all night inside.
Yeah, I was mentioning this on the radio, but I feel like the next person who came in was just as tall as the last or taller, and so it was like, geez, I felt a little small.
So she tried to follow
going in
each
there.
one of them.
I don't know about that.
Sorry.
But, that's okay. You're not wrong. So that's 4. So anyway, they are very deep bench, deep bigs, obviously tall, lengthy, athletic. Thought we did a great job on Joyce Edwards tonight. She's a phenomenal player, really shifty, really good. I thought that defensively, Jennie mentioned this, so I'm going to steal it, but we didn't put people on islands. I feel like we played team defense when we needed to, especially against a really good team. So it's really easy to guard a post when I know my guards are helping me. Yep. No, you're good.
What felt different about tonight than the past 3 games?
I just feel like
Sahara
I was
Williams.
gonna say,
Sahara Williams was
Yeah.
different. Her energy was different. Her intensity. I thought Zaya Van. I thought Zaya was different. I thought Zaya was, and you asked Raegan, but I'm stealing it. I thought her energy was good. I thought her ability to step up and move on to the next play, I thought was really good. I thought Peyton Verhulst was amazing. I thought her movement, her practices were good. I think. I think she did great. How about Keziah Lofton, Brooklyn Stewart?
Yeah.
I mean, it was team today. We were just so much about a team. It wasn't, okay, Aaliyah, go do your thing. Raegan, hey, we're just going to get you the ball. Okay, Sahara, you do this. It was Now, the hard part is we all panicked all at the same time at the end of the game, right? And so we're going to learn that. But then we got the second chance in overtime, and we go. And you fed the hot hand. And they saw those types of things. So that, to me, was what was different, is the approach to the game, not the outcomes in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can answer it
that
if
was-
you want to finish answering it.
Well, I would nail it. I feel like we just flowed a lot. I think like she said, we did a great job of setting people up. I knew Peyton had some phenomenal setup passes. I know Aaliyah had some to Zaya. But I feel like it is just when you have point guards who are doing that and trusting in the offense and setting people up and running it, and then knowing that her teammates trust her to take those big shots, and they're going to go in eventually. And we're going to tell her to keep shooting them because that's the kind of player she is. When you have people like that on your team, it's a lot easier to flow, and I think we're starting to figure that out a little bit more. I said this earlier, but it's January, so we got a long way to go still. We got lots of room to grow and lots of things to learn from this game, but we're going to keep growing and keep getting better.
Coach, what does that last 42 seconds tell you about your team? The put back to tie the game and then getting the defensive stop at the end of regulation.
Like the unfiltered version of what was going on?
Yes.
Or you mean
Always
like-
unfiltered, Jenny.
No, the whole time that I was in it, I kept being like, because the coach in you wants to control the moment and call the timeout and manage it. And I have so much trust in them, and it's January, and we're going to play this thing to the long game. And you have to learn, how you feel in those moments, because now when we go practice in those moments, we know how it feels. And I have always been a proponent of they have the keys, they can do this, they can figure it out. And honestly, if we don't hesitate on a couple, we're pretty good, right? And they're good. But we had the looks that we wanted. We just weren't sharp enough. Now we reset in overtime, and then we were really good. So the whole time in my head, I kept battling my own ego of wanting to call the timeout. But I really wanted to watch them go through it, and they did it. And I knew they would get a stop, and I knew, sometimes you just know that you have to believe in your team, even when you quote unquote shouldn't. But I'm going to every day, even when it's not going well. And like she said, this isn't the end of our road. This isn't a Super Bowl win, because if it is, then you're not ready for the next one in this league. You got to be ready for every one. I think we've learned that lesson.
Aaliyah, for you, we talked last week, and you mentioned how important it was to come here and build, and to be in moments like these, not only be in them, but win them. When you think back to the overtime, being able to go and make those shots and help this team build and go forward, was it everything you kind of imagined of when you think of being in those big moments?
I mean, I kind of thought back to the Kentucky game where I missed the shot, and I mean, Raegan was the first one next to me was like, forget about it, like just let it go. And we've been talking in practice a lot, and we've been drawing up last-second plays, and you can see that they have all the confidence in me, so I kind of just brought their confidence, and I gave it to myself, and I was just ready to play in that overtime.
Jennie, I know you said it's not a Super Bowl and it's January, I get it's regular season, but anytime you beat a team in a program like South Carolina, it's a big deal.
Right. And especially when we got beat by 40 a
Right.
year ago, basically to the day.
What can a win like this do, not only for this team, but obviously this program, you've had back-to-back great crowds here tonight. I mean, what does this do for you guys?
Well, I think it does a lot for the Oklahoma fan in the belief in us, even more than we have belief in each other. I think the synergy that we have, I think if you came today, you're like, dang, I really like this team. I like what they do. I like what, how they're doing it. And we've had a lot of people not like our growth process, and that's been a challenge. So I think that instills in us that we're going to do this together or we're not going to do it at all. And that's something that we're going to continue to say. And then I think for the fans, how amazing was it? I never look up. I said this on the radio.
Yeah.
But I never like look out, right? Like I just lock in, and there's a lot of things that I miss. And there was a moment, because like we always are like, should you put the curtain around the top, right? So people come down. And at one moment, I'm like, where'd all these people come from? Because everybody came down, and they were in it, and they willed it, and the energy was, like, you couldn't help but feel like how incredible the energy was. It wasn't even well, if they win, then we're going to come back. It wasn't if they play well how I want them to play, then I'll cheer for them, right? It was I am in this, and I'm going to do whatever I can possibly do to help this team win this game. And that's why we won it. Because our fans came down, and they were in it, and they were part of it, and they were just as much a part of it as everything else. Because if we are going to do anything, right, that synergy, that matters. And I think that's what people fall in love with when they watch our team. And I think a lot of the faithful are falling in love with the process because it's not easy and we're learning. And we went from some me ball games to some we ball games, not because we're selfish and we're bad and all these things, but we're learning.
Yeah.
And I like to learn everything yesterday too. But today you got to see us really learn on a high stage. And you got to see us learn against a really, really, really good team. And you got to see us not be afraid and just play hard. And we made a ton of mistakes and we'll continue to do that, but we're going to grow. And we're just going to go forward, even if it's an inch. And if this is a big step forward, right? But that's what I think people got to see and feel today. And I think that's something that we're not going to go back from.
Secondly, I don't know if you know this, but ESPN caught you on camera in the huddle.
Josh told me.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Can you finish that?
Yeah,
Bill?
wasn't that nice?
Wait, I don't.
We don't know. Can you
Yeah, I
finish
don't know
that?
what happened.
Can you
Yep.
just give us the unfiltered version?
So probably not, because I still technically have a boss here right now. But what I mean by when I said that we're back, and I used a different word, but what I mean by that is not we're back, take notice, but we're back to who we are. And we got to be like, this has been a hard 2 weeks that have felt like 2 months. And it's challenging, and we've had hard conversations, and we've had way more tears than ever. And so when I say we're back with some other things, very colorful, very passionate, that's a team moment that I didn't know that he was in. And also, that's what I mean, is we are back. Not Oklahoma's going to go in and all of a sudden I'm trash talking. But it's about we always.
Raegan, you've been through the highs and lows of the season, though. For you guys, in that moment, what does that do to help, I don't know, restore is the right word, but kind of wash away the tough moments of these weeks to get you guys firing again?
Yeah, for sure, I know you used the word, but it doesn't wash away anything. That I'm still frustrated with those 3 losses that are still recent and that I lost sleep over. And so those aren't going to go away. Those are going to remind us what we don't want to revert back to, because that hurt. And we don't want to go back to that. And so I think this game was a great way for us to just feel ourselves again, like Jennie said, and just take a step forward. And it's January, so we got plenty of basketball left and more steps to take forward.
Aaliyah, you watch Jennie on the side, and she's pumping her fists in the game, on the court and everything, and the passion she shows in that huddle. What does that do for you guys?
No, I think a lot of times we see that and it brings our energy up too. Like I don't know another coach that's as passionate as Jennie is. And for me, every time I see, even when I'm standing next to her, she's my calm person. She's take a breath, and even though I'm not making shots, she'll be see it go in. You don't have to see it go in for it to go in. So a lot of times she's just that person that's she's either really hype, ready to play, or for me, that's that calm person for me.
What did you guys think? Anybody can answer this. What did you guys think of Jalen Williams coming to the game? Did you guys know this guy?
Not gonna lie, I was so locked in. I think I heard something about him over the intercom.
amazing.
But that
I didn't know either.
It's really
I was
cool.
I didn't know you all saw the inner huddle. I didn't know that, but that is pretty
That's
sweet.
sick,
and
though.
especially how amazing they
sick.
are.
Yeah.
So
I just seen him.
we
I
probably
just said
should
some
say,
people.
man, it was so amazing. It was awesome to see him. We
No,
need him
yeah.
back.
Exactly. There you go.
100%.
He's 1-0 against the number 2 team in the country. So we need you,
There you
Jalen,
go. There you go.
and we're cheering for you.
100%.
Jennie Lofton was in the game.
Yeah.
The game, and it's the first time since she's been with you this year that she played well, and your bench played well. And
Yeah.
They score as many points as they do, but they have more bench players. But talk about that, because you trusted her in the game, and there she is making defensive plays and playing.
That's just it. I thought she did a really good job defensively today. I thought she did a nice job of picking up. I thought she did a nice job of communicating. I liked her size. She just fought hard. And I think that's where, she's really learning a lot. And I would say the last couple of games, she's been a little more hesitant when she came in. Today, she just was locked in and she was ready to go. Yeah. So, and we needed that. And it's her birthday. How amazing is that for her to be able to have
Birthday
this
dub.
on her
Sick.
birthday? So,
Birthday dub.
yeah, it was pretty awesome.
One more time.
Birthday dub.
You guys, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
I love
thank
y'all
you.
so much. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Boomer.
Boomer.